I hear our hawks over there in the background, out in the woods. I do. Just a smidge warmer today at 66. A little less rain today, but it's still supposed to rain. Alright, the rainfall total is 2.5 inches. I did not empty it the other night, so that's total. Sounds like they're over there by the nest. Here comes Donnie. You got to get your paper this morning without getting wet.
That's right. It's very nice. It's actually not bad. I seen the sun came out.
Yep.
And so, you know, the humidity's not too bad. They said the humidity's going to come up today, which is not good.
Right.
Of course, it's pretty humid in the garage right now, because Ruby kind of got a lot of water in there.
Right. I told Dawn to pull her in because I would get a towel and clean the floor and clean up the water at the same time.
Right. That's right.
Not right this minute, but...
No. I got to have my coffee. Read my paper.
Come on, guys. I got the glove brush. Let's go get some attention. Come on. You guessed it. I am back sorting Legos again this morning. I'm determined to get to a good stopping point here shortly and get everything stacked up and etc. But one of the missions this morning was wheels. I have pulled out all of the wheels that might be useful for Lego robotics or Cybertruck wheels and all the little stuff. And there is a lot of it isn't now in a separate bag.
Told you.
What you doing, Midnight? You got a box? Were you able to stuff yourself in there? So I'm feeling like the weatherman has misled us a little bit about the weekly weather after we drove Ruby to Cary yesterday thinking it was going to be wet all week, and now basically it looks like we're not going to get any new rain today. And so what can you do? What can you do?
That's okay.
We were listening to Rob Maurer, Tesla Daily this morning, and the subject was the 100 kilowatt battery pack for the Model 3. Apparently, or Y, right? Apparently Elon said no. And I forget exactly what he said, but...
Not under development.
Not under development was how he answered that. And Don chimed in, yeah, but that sure leaves room for it's already done.
Yeah, that reminded me back in the day of the non-denial denial.
Right.
It's not under development because it's done, it's in production.
It's already in your car, I don't know, yes.
Yeah.
So it was really cute when Rob came on and he basically saw that exactly like Don saw it and said the same
When I read
thing.
It's not under development. I didn't pass go. I didn't get $200. I didn't jump to the conclusion that means there's no I took it totally the other way, that they're probably already done it. Right.
Yep. So
and that's what Rob said. He said, you know, there's a lot of wiggle room on this thing. So we'll see. And the other thing is Panasonic and Tesla firmed up their relationship for, I guess, the next 10 years or some.
I heard 10 years. That's what I heard.
Yeah, some milestones and 10 years. So it looks like anybody who thought Tesla was going to dump Panasonic or Panasonic was going to dump Tesla, I would say that doesn't, I think
appear to currently be the case.
Of course, the announcement, the press release had no details on what any of the relationship was. It may just be we're not going to cuss each other in public for the next 10 years. I don't know.
Right. That's funny. So we still haven't heard anything about our Model Y. No. Consider this the every few days update that we haven't heard anything on. I was in the Tesla account yesterday looking at something else.
Yeah.
I really wish they would put your service record invoices up there and make it easier for you to go look at that, because
right.
There's been a few times I try to take a screenshot on my phone and put it up on Google Drive, or when they send the PDF for us to sign, which comes in an email, I tried to take a screenshot of that and put it up on Google Drive, because it's really not always easy to get back to that stuff. Well, especially maybe if you're not the email on the account, which I'm not and Dawn is, but we try to put them up on Drive where we can both get to them. Yeah. And I think it ought to be under our account. I would like to be able to look at all of Ruby's invoice PDFs on Tesla.com when I go to manage Ruby's car. And you can't do that right now. But our parts have been ordered for the hardware 3 and MCU 2. And apparently, you know, we had heard, we sort of knew that includes the instrument cluster. Yeah. And there's also a wiring harness that's necessary for these 2.0 cars, and the kit, the parts that were included say that. So where we've left it is, let us know when you know when the parts are coming so we can go ahead and schedule the service thing. I don't currently have a date scheduled. I haven't been told to do that. I joked with our wonderful Tesla Raleigh guy about us being in a race to get it on, but lightheartedly. Yeah, so I feel like we're in the home stretch now. I want to mash the pedal to the floor, and I want to go.
Ruby to get jealous of other people who have it.
Right. Well, I would like for once not to be the last person to get access to something new that would be worthwhile making a video of for others' information and enjoyment. So maybe this time I won't be the last person, because I was quite a few things I felt like I'm the last person, and by the time I have it, well, who cares what nobody cares what Dot and I have to say about it. It's been out for 4 months already, so I don't know. It's nothing I can do to control it one way or the other. So if you wanted to know how much water this cushion does or doesn't sop up, apparently it sops up a good bit. Yeah, well, now look, we had 2.5 inches of rain, so I can see it, but obviously on the top where Tux and Gray were sitting, it was no big deal. But if I ever want to be able to sit on it again and not come up wet, yeah, it's a little bit of water there. So we would like to have seen it hold less water, I think.
Yes, I would say that it was easily a couple, 3 gallons. Just think of a sponge that size and how much
that's
water.
Not really what you want for an outside cushion.
Yeah,
so
I thought they would have gotten
that's
us.
A bit of a bummer. Yeah, we'll have to. So now knowing that, I mean, it's sort of way we have it, the bows tied, it's not super, we've either got to come out here and lift it up to help it drain, or we've got to take it inside if we think we're going to get 2 inches of rain. So I don't know how many times. I might be willing to do that 3 or 4 times this summer, but certainly not every time we have a summer thunderstorm. That's not going to happen. So we started researching restoring the cabinets in the garage because we're down on our list of project things left to do.
Our list?
Yes, our list. I keep on showing Don these really great sheds I want to build, but he wants to do that with JB, which I totally get. But I'm ready to build the shed, and I've given him 3 choices, all of which I'd be okay with. He gets to pick from the 3. I told him I don't care what kind of door he puts on it, because the door's going to face the carport. The side that faces the carport and the door is all up to him. But I've got a window and a shutter on the side that faces the driveway that I want to have input on. And yeah, we're working on it. We're in the negotiation dance, shall we call it.
Yeah, that would be an accurate statement.
But at any point, we watched this one guy in a time lapse sand down his metal garage cabinets and spray them with some kind of paint. And we were looking at fillable primer because it's not going to be it's not going to look like Ruby's paint when we're done. It's not going to be this smooth surface. It's going to be all the, it'll be better after he sands on it, but it's not going to, but they make a fillable primer. And anyway, we left the guy a comment. Hopefully he'll answer what kind of paint he used, because his turned out looking pretty good.
Reasonable. Yeah. I've got, my grinder, sanders, orbital sanders. I'm not going to go crazy sanding, but I'm going to knock the rust off, let's say it that way. And then, like Marianne said, primer it. And I don't want to paint it gloss because it's going to show every imperfection in those cabinets. So, some kind of a flat. In fact, I'd said maybe what we do is we use the red primer, and then we just put clear over it to seal the primer, because primer isn't a good shouldn't leave primer. Primer doesn't protect the surface from rust and stuff like that. It's just a primer. You got to put a top coat on it.
Yeah, Don says it absorbs moisture.
It will absorb water and make things rust faster.
Right, if you don't.
Of course, I don't know what Rust-Oleum, how that works. I'm just talking about normal car primer.
So we haven't forgot. We said we were going to refinish the cabinets. We sort of started thinking about that. I told Don when he came back from his run to feel free to sit on it, and I figured when he did that, it was just, well, A, I didn't think he was going to do it before his run, and B, I figured it was going to, water was just going to gush out from the bottom, but it didn't. So
yeah, I would say it's definitely making my butt
wet. Damp.
But I wouldn't call it wet.
Well, maybe now that you lifted it up and held it.
Right, I think we're probably before it would have been wet, but
sure.
I'm now just getting the first sensation. I've been sitting here of a little wet, so I would say that you know, if you were to untie it and just let it stand up for a little while, that most of the water will run out, and then once the water runs out, it it's probably going to be fine.
Okay, well maybe tomorrow if we don't get rain overnight I can sit on it again. We'll see. All right, well have fun.
Yeah, here we go. I'll see you in a little bit.
I blew the parking pad and I used a towel to get up all of the bulk amount of water. I suspect Don's going to turn on the dehumidifier and or blow a fan on it, but I wiped it all down. I told him if it got a little wet, me getting the wipe on it would help clean it back off, because we're walking on it all the time, since I did that major cleanup. It just helped keep it looking nice. So I did that before I left to do my pogo, because he's going to be walking back there when he gets home, and I wanted to get the water up so he wouldn't slip. Ruby's really not looking too bad. When you get a dry off, rinse with rainwater that doesn't have those chemicals in it, it's pretty spot free, so cool. Hey, hey! Like I said, all things considered, Ruby still looks great. I'm headed into Walmart to get Tide and a bag of potting soil. They look pretty crowded, but it is a big store, so I'll just do my best to stay away from everybody. There's a lot of clearance tags on stuff, although I would not consider this container for $14.98 a deal. But there's a lot less stuff out here than the last time I looked. They're trying to get rid of it. Yep, those that have decided not to wear masks, they've also decided not to practice 6-foot social distancing. I did my best to stay away from everyone. I don't feel like anything bad happened in there, but I sure do get uncomfortable when people get too close. I guess state officials, the governor, they decided not to implement a statewide face mask thing and to leave it up to cities, counties, municipalities to decide. And the mayor of Raleigh has decided that face masks are going to be necessary, but she didn't set a date. She wanted to give folks time to get used to the idea, get prepared. I don't know when it's going to take effect. I think face masks are an awesome idea. I'm really worried about people that already aren't getting along about it, that pushing people over the edge. It would really be great if we could all just get with the program and either do it to protect our Well, I didn't see any rain on the radar when I looked 15 minutes ago. That doesn't mean we don't have some pop-up stuff happening, though. It's definitely look like some thunderclouds out there. I just don't know if we're actually going to get any rain. I did get 2 plants at Walmart. The gardenia, I had to leave a really nice one at the other house and don't have one here. And this coleus and creeping jenny.
So I've been having trouble getting my phone charged because the Type-C power adapter, it plugs into this socket and it wiggles and it unplugs itself.
It was loose.
So it's loose. So and this is a really good little charger. It'll fast charge my Samsung phones. I don't know.
Your Pixel 3a.
My Pixel 3a. I don't know if Johnny got it or somebody got it.
It came with somebody's phone, probably.
Somebody's phone. So we've been using this for several years.
This was the last time Don wanted to fix our charging problems. He got this hub, and it was really useful and worked great.
Right, but this several times in the last couple of weeks, my phone's not been charged because it unplugs. I could have used a rubber band probably to hold this on or something. But I decided that since both Johnny and I have Type-C, we want to charge. I got a new charger. So this one has 2 Type-Cs. One's an 18 watt Type-C and one's a 60 watt. So this will actually run, the top cord will actually run a laptop. The next one down will fast charge devices. And then it has 2 Type-A, and they're the high-powered charger iPhone type stuff. So we have the orange cable's a micro USB. The champagne cable is a iPhone lightning cable. Then we have 2 Type-C cables for Johnny and I to charge our phones. So that should allow us to charge our phones and our devices really well.
Cool. Are you helping?
Yeah.
So Don told me when he ordered 200 of these, what are they called?
Packing invoice?
Yeah, like the thing you would put your UPS invoice shipping label in on a box or something is what they are. Peel and stick, yeah. Told me when he ordered 200 of them, he thought, God, those are going to go to waste. It's a shame I have to order such a bulk quantity.
Right.
They weren't super expensive, but he didn't think he needed 200 of them.
Right.
Well, the second set of 200 came in the mail today. Yeah. Because we used up the first 200 out in the garage.
Yeah, they're very handy. And
we need, we probably need a few more out there. Yeah. And then if I even try to label anything in the attic upstairs here.
That's right.
We certainly can use some more. So I just thought y'all would get some humor out of that we're on our second set of 200. 100
of them was like $12 and 200 was $13 or something like that. It was one of those where, you pretty much 200 of them, I guess.
And we just use large index cards in them, either lined or unlined, 5x7 size. Yeah, not the 4x6, but the 5x7 fit good.
Yeah.
Yep.